Mga kasuri, sa Biblia hindi lahat ay salita ng Diyos, kundi ito ay patnubay sa lahat ng bagay. Tungo sa kularan, gaya na nakasulat sa aklat ng 2 Timothy chapter 3 verse 16 to 17, King James Version.
All scripture is given by inspiration of God, and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness, that the man of God may be perfect, thoroughly furnished unto all good works.
So mga kasuri, susuri natin at huwag mapanlinlang. Dahil may ibang kaysasay na hindi natin mababasa alinman sa historical books, internet, ni marinig man sa ibang ministro sa panahon ngayon. Gaya na nakasulat sa aklat ng Colossians chapter 2 verse 8, King James Version.
Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Christ.
Kapag ating magustuhan ng topic na ito, maaari na lamang i-share o i-like para lalaganap ang katotohanan. Gaya na nakasulat sa aklat ng Philippians chapter 1 verse 3 to 7, King James Version.
I thank my God upon every remembrance of you, always in every prayer of mine for you all, making request with joy, for your fellowship in the gospel from the first day until now, being confident of this very thing, that he which hath begun a good work in you will perform it until the day of Jesus Christ. Even as it is meet for me to think this of you all, because I have you in my heart, inasmuch as both in my bonds, and in the defense and confirmation of the gospel, ye all are partakers of my grace.
Mga kasuri, magandang araw sa ating lahat. Kasuri meaning ka is ko, ang suri or susuriin is review.
For our brothers and sisters at overseas, we read some of this topic as our national language Tagalog, but if you have your own any translation of Bible, just review those verse, but see to it that your own Bible is part of King James Version, or New King James Version and or New International Version.
Mga kasuri, our very simple topic is all about the Bible or the Holy Bible. Bible, by meaning to, in Prepiso Latino. Kapag i-search natin ang link na nakasulat sa baba, ang table na ito ay ating makikita. At makikita natin sa table ang bis at by sa second row ng number 2 at sa third column ng Prepiso Latino. Ang Biblia o banal na Biblia ay may dalawang testaments. Sa ibang Biblia tinatawag itong covenant. The Old Testament and the New Testament. Ang Old Testament ay hango mula sa Holy Scriptures of Hebrew at mayroon itong 39 books lamang. At nagsimula sa pinakaunang aklat ay Genesis hanggang sa pinakahuling aklat ay 2 Chronicles. Originally ay ganito ang pagkasunod-sunod.
First is Genesis, second is Exodus, third is Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, 1 Samuel, 2 Samuel, 1 Kings, 2 Kings, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, Hosea, Joel, Amos, Obadiah, Jonah, Micah, Nahum, Habakkuk, Zephaniah, Haggai, Zechariah, Malachi, Psalms, Proverbs, Job, Song of Songs, Ruth, Lamentations, Ecclesiastes, Esther, Daniel, Ezra, Nehemiah, 1 Chronicles, 2 Chronicles is the last book.
Pagkatapos ay naging Old Testament sa Holy Bible at nagsimula pa rin sa pinakaunang aklat ay Genesis hanggang sa pinakahuling aklat ay Malakay at naging ganito na ang pagkasunod-sunod.
First is Genesis, second is Exodus, third is Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Ruth, 1 Samuel, 2 Samuel, 1 Kings, 2 Kings, 1 Chronicles, 2 Chronicles, Ezra, Nehemiah, Esther, Job, Psalms, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, Song of Solomon, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Lamentations, Ezekiel, Daniel, Hosea, Joel, Amos, Obadiah, Jonah, Micah, Nahum, Habakkuk, Zephaniah, Haggai, Zechariah, Malachi is the last book. So all is 39 books.
Ang New Testament at ang mga aklat nito ay mga sulat ng mga disciples o Apostles of Jesus Christ na sinalin mula sa salitang Grego at ganito ang pagkasunod-sunod.
First is Matthew, second is Mark, third is Luke, John, Acts, Romans, 1 Corinthians, 2 Corinthians, Galatians, Ephesians, Philippians, Colossians, 1 Thessalonians, 2 Thessalonians, 1 Timothy, 2 Timothy, Titus, Philemon, Hebrews, James, 1 Peter, 2 Peter, 1 John, 2 John, 3 John, Jude. Revelation is the last book.
Ang pagkakaiba ng Holy Scriptures sa Holy Bible. Ang Holy Scriptures ay may 39 na aklat lamang, samantalang ang Holy Bible ay may 66 na aklat, 39 na aklat sa Old Testament at 27 na aklat sa New Testament. Ang Holy Scriptures ay ang mga aklat na para lamang sa Israelites noon, samantalang ang Holy Bible ay ang mga aklat na para sa mga Kristiyano o Christian o nagpapasakop at sumusunod sa utos na naayon sa mga aklat nito. Ang Holy Scriptures ay ang mga aklat na ginawang Old Testament na mula sa Genesis hanggang Malakay. Samantalang ang Holy Bible ay pinagsamang mga aklat ng Old Testament at New Testament na mga aklat ng disciples o apostles of Jesus Christ na mula Genesis hanggang Revelation. Ang Holy Scriptures ay hindi pa dumating ang kanilang tinatawag na Messiah. Samantalang ang Holy Bible ay hinihintay na lamang ang pagbabalik ng Messiah o Christ na tagapagligtas. Ang Holy Scriptures ay ang testament para sa kaharian ng Israelites, samantalang ang Holy Bible ay ang testament para sa kaligtasan ng bawat tao. Gaano kahalaga ang banal na Biblia? Ang kahalagahan ng Biblia. Mahalaga ang Biblia dahil at ayon sa aklat ng Revelation chapter 1 verse 3 King James Version,
Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand.
mahalaga ang Biblia dahil at ayon sa aklat ni John chapter 3 verse 16 King James Version,
For God so loved the world, that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life.
mahalaga ang Biblia para malalaman natin kung ano ang wasto, at ang wasto ay ang pagsunod sa utos ng Panginoong Diyos ayon sa aklat ng Ecclesiastes chapter 12 verse 13 King James Version.
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God, and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man.
At ano ang mali? At ang mali ay ang sumasalangsang sa kautusan ayon sa aklat ni 1 John chapter 3 verse 4 King James Version.
Whosoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law, for sin is the transgression of the law.
Mahalaga ang Biblia dahil nagtuturo para sa maayos na kalagayan ng isang pamilya at disiplinadong kabataan ayon sa aklat ng Colossians chapter 3 verse 18 to 25 and chapter 4 verse 1 King James Version.
Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands, as it is fit in the Lord. Husbands, love your wives, and be not bitter against them. Children, obey your parents in all things, for this is well pleasing unto the Lord. Fathers, provoke not your children to anger, lest they be discouraged. Servants, obey in all things your masters according to the flesh, not with eye service, as men pleasers, but in singleness of heart, fearing God. And whatsoever ye do, do it heartily, as to the Lord, and not unto men, knowing that of the Lord ye shall receive the reward of the inheritance, for ye serve the Lord Christ. But he that doth wrong shall receive for the wrong which he hath done, and there is no respect of persons. Masters, give unto your servants that which is just and equal, knowing that ye also have a master in heaven.
Mahalaga ang Biblia dahil nagtuturo ito para sa maayos na pamamahala sa pamahalaan katulad ng nakasulat sa aklat ni 2 Samuel chapter 8 verse 15 King James Version.
And David reigned over all Israel, and David executed judgment and justice unto all his people.
At Genesis chapter 41 verse 46 to 49 and chapter 42 verse 6 King James Version.
And Joseph was 30 years old when he stood before Pharaoh king of Egypt. And Joseph went out from the presence of Pharaoh, and went throughout all the land of Egypt. And in the 7 plenteous years the earth brought forth by handfuls. And he gathered up all the food of the 7 years, which were in the land of Egypt, and laid up the food in the cities. The food of the field, which was round about every city, laid he up in the same. And Joseph gathered corn as the sand of the sea, very much, until he left numbering, for it was without number. And Joseph was the governor over the land, and he it was that sold to all the people of the land. And Joseph's brethren came, and bowed down themselves before him with their faces to the earth.
Mahalaga ang Biblia dahil nagtuturo ito para sumunod sa utos ng pamahalaan ayon sa 1 Peter chapter 2 verse 13 to 17 King James Version.
Submit yourselves to every ordinance of man for the Lord's sake, whether it be to the king, as supreme, or unto governors, as unto them that are sent by him for the punishment of evildoers, and for the praise of them that do well. For so is the will of God, that with well-doing ye may put to silence the ignorance of foolish men, is free, and not using your liberty for a cloak of maliciousness, but as the servants of God. Honor all men. Love the brotherhood. Fear God. Honor the king.
At marami pa. Mga kasuri, hanggang dito na lang at magpapatuloy pa ito. Thanks for watching. God bless.